My name is Juana Ayers. I'm a co-owner of a Healing Journey Therapeutic Massage in Flagstaff, and I'm here to show you some stretching. I did a great workshop last weekend. I learned the active isolated stretch. It's the Aaron Mattys method. And what I found really fascinating was all these stretches could be done on yourself. And it's so important as we age gracefully to keep our joints with their full range of motion. And so I'm going to just start with this short video on how to work the feet, because they are our foundation. They are under pressure when we're standing. And if our feet are not happy, then that just kind of has a domino effect that works up to the ankle, knees, hips, and eventually up to the shoulders and neck. The idea with the Aaron Mattys active isolated stretch is that you go through a range of motion of the particular joint. So right now I'm working with my toes, and you repeat them 8 to 10 times. And what you do is you want to be active. So I'm curling my toes, and then I'm going to add a little stretch and exhale. Now I'm going to bring them, again, I'm contracting the top of the foot, so raises the toes, and then when I get to that full range, or the end range, I'm going to give them a little extra stretch. And so again, contract. They're both contracting, but in opposite directions. It's a flexion. It's a dorsiflexion and a plantar flexion on the foot. And you do that like 10 times. And you just kind of open up and notice. When I press down, I really feel a nice stretch across the top of the foot. Open up the toes. Not so much. I'm more flexible in that opposite motion there. But you keep doing that. I think I'm on maybe 6, so that's 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then you can do this to individual toes. If you keep a joint mobile, you will allow freedom of that joint. What I was also became aware of this past weekend at the workshop, when you have a contracted muscle, which all these tendons that move our toes are connected to some muscle in the lower leg or within the foot itself. And when a muscle is chronically contracted, it ends up releasing calcium. So you might end up with arthritis in a particular joint, but it's because of the surrounding muscles are chronically tight. If you loosen them up, guess what? Calcium can be reabsorbed. And guess what? That would mean arthritis, especially like osteoarthritis, could be reversible. So again, I'm doing this. I know I'm talking, so I might not be focusing as much on the breathing. The other piece that's important is when you do a stretch, you hold for a count of 1, 2 seconds. 1, 2. But make sure you're actively participating. 1, 2, 1, 2. And then you can go ahead and do that with all the toes. You can separate them, kind of like you're spreading them. But again, I get to that end place, and then I give a little extra. As I also told, maybe with the smaller muscles, you don't have to do a full 10 reps, but maybe do at least 5. And then you can go through and do this. Especially if you have toes, if you wear pointed shoes that are getting cramped up, or a bunion, this would be a great way to relieve that tension in the toes. And so again, you're going through each one. I'm actively spreading them, adding a little extra 1, 2. Spread, 1, 2. The other cool thing, if you do have a rope, you can go ahead and weave the rope between your toes. See if you can see that. And then you can curl the toes, open the toes. You can get a thicker rope, especially if your toes are already pretty flexible. You might want to encourage, or maybe even do it twice. But once you've done one way, I started up, you reverse it. For some reason this is a little tighter for me. Again, I'm curling, 1, 2, opening, 1, 2, opening, 1, 2, curling, opening, 1, 2. So again, simple way to work with the toes. Next video I'll show you a little more on how to work with the foot, and that includes lower leg too. So thanks for watching.